So there is one emotion that no matter how attached you are to anything, it literally breaks attachment. It literally breaks attachment. This emotion, I figured this out when I went to a Buddhist meditation retreat. And I really wanted to leave. I wanted to leave so badly. And I literally packed my bags. I saw some Mexicans that were finishing off construction. I was literally gonna say, yo, let me hitch a ride with you, man. Don't tell the meditation people. And then all of a sudden, I started reading, before I left, the story of the Buddha, of how he became enlightened. And he said that the reason why he wanted to become enlightened was because he finally came down from his castle and saw people suffering. Seeing people suffering filled them up with so much sadness and so much compassion that it made him want to become enlightened. And that's actually what we're going to be talking about today. When I saw that, I literally went back to the meditation retreat, ate with everyone, and then I saw everyone, and I was like, oh my God, everyone here wants to liberate themselves. And in that moment, I felt so much compassion that I literally forgot that the Mexicans were waiting for me outside. And I was like, hey man, olvídalo, váyanse, váyanse. And I was like, yo, you know what, let me stay. And it taught me something, man. Feeling deep and intense compassion can break any attachment. And I'm gonna explain to you why. In fact, this is something that I used to teach in a drug rehab where I used to work at not work at, but interning. And we taught that practicing the meditation that I'm gonna be talking about today can literally break any addiction, literally break any attachment, literally break any like you being in love with someone and then them not loving you back. I could literally teach you that today, okay? So let's begin with the video. And if you guys wanna learn how to apply these strategies, check out my course, Emotional Mastery, where I literally teach you guys how to detach. So purchase that now or else I'm closing this channel. All right, so the first thing is this, right? Everyone has attachment wrong, right? So I already told you the first story of the meditation. I'm gonna tell you guys another story towards the end that actually applies to this. But essentially is that we become attached only when we're thinking of yourself. It's your selfish desire, the me, the ego that creates attachment. You know, it's very difficult for you to feel a craving for a drug, a craving for someone when you're connected with somebody else through their suffering. When you're able to feel people's sadness, people's depression. I swear to God, I know it sounds woo-woo, but it's true. When you're able to feel that, you literally step out of your own desires and feel what they're feeling. And in that moment, through mirror neurons, you're able to literally detach automatically. It's honestly a beautiful thing. So the more you try to fix your attachment problems, the more you become attached. There needs to be a meditation for that. And there is, and I'm gonna show you how. So what does this teach you? First of all, to attach, you must, one, stop thinking of yourself. So you do this either one, through Vipassana meditation and bring an awareness to sensation, which I'm gonna talk about later in another video, or you can literally cultivate compassion, and you'll notice all of your cravings go away. It's honestly very difficult to be in a high state of compassion and empathy and have cravings for things outside of yourself, for things outside of this moment. Because this compassion will cause you to be able to attach yourself to the moment where you're not only, the human brain is able to feel compassion for abstract things, not just things that are real. So developing compassion will not only allow you to love people you don't know, but you literally see the fucking tree, you see the ground, you see this, and you literally see it with compassion. Like any desire from the outside dissolves in this space. So the more empathy and compassion, the more you see that everything what? Ends. The thing about compassion is that you sense the death in things. That's one of the qualities about compassion, is that you're able to see that everything ends. And so it fills you up with a desire to hold on to it, not to avoid death, but to appreciate them before death happens. Well, what happens is that when you're dating people and you're interacting with people, compassion allows you to see the end, which literally death itself, understanding that things will end, which in meditation, we call that object impermanence. Jesus Christ. Object impermanence allows you to see the reality that everything ends. And through that reality that everything ends, you feel a compassion because you know that everyone, even that fucking asshole, is afraid of death. And that understanding through the brotherhood of death allows you to feel a compassion where if you hate that person or if they hurt you, death dissolves all of those pains from the past. It literally heals you and detaches you from all the painful things. So it allows you to see that everything ends. So when you're dating someone, you don't just see them for the aura that they give you. They're so attractive, they're so hot, they're young and hot. No, you know that they're gonna die one day. You don't plot it, you don't plan it, but you know that they're gonna die. And it fills you up with a compassion, but above all, you're able to break down any manipulation, them trying to scare you, them trying to intimidate you, gets broken down in the face of death. So how do you do this? Well, essentially, you first, attachment is what? Jesus Christ, people, I forgot what attachment is. Attachment is self-love. No. Detachment is self-love. And what does self-love mean? Well, self-love means that you're so at peace with yourself, you don't need nothing else. You're so at peace with yourself, this person cannot make you any more happier. They're only an addition. They're filling to the cake, not the cake itself. So this self-love that you develop, and again, once again, is you first started by using this meditation that I'm gonna teach you guys, but this self-love allows you to not be attached to unnecessary things. You feel an emptiness inside, and this person represents someone who can make you happy. And then you get attached to it. Or this person disappoints you, and then you run away from it. Run away from it. Those are all forms of self-hatred, or how I like to call it, self-violence. So you end that violence, you end that inner war, which is really the cause of your attachment, aversions, through practicing what? Metta meditation. Now, what is metta meditation? Let me give you guys what it is. Essentially, all you got to do is this, right? You imagine that you see 5 people in your mind. You see who you are when you were a child, your little creepy self, who you are today, somebody that you don't care about, somebody that you love, and somebody that you fucking hate. What you're gonna be doing is that you're gonna be looking at them, almost like you're gonna be looking at them in the eye, right? And you're gonna wish goodness on them. You're gonna say in your mind, may you be well, may you be at peace, and may you be happy, right? You're gonna make eye contact. I know, fucking twins, creepy looking twins, ugly. You're gonna make eye contact with your inner child, a moment when you were a child and needed love, and you're gonna say, may you be well, may you be happy, and may you be at peace. And you're gonna say that until you feel it inside. And then you're gonna go from that child to who you are today, to somebody that you love, to somebody that you don't care about, and to somebody that you hate or you're jealous about. And what you're doing is that you're cultivating compassion. You're forgiving people, but you're also healing your own self. And this literally breaks bonds. It breaks attachments inside your neurochemistry. You can't think of yourself and what you desire when all you wish is for everyone to be happy. It's almost impossible. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's almost impossible because people who have high addictions, who are addicted, one of the things about them is that they become selfish. They lose their compassion. They lose their humanity. So practicing metta meditation once a day, literally this, anytime you feel a craving, anytime, for example, one way is that if you're meeting someone and you're nervous and you want to impress them, a lot of the times we say, how can I be confident around them? How can I detach? Well, develop compassion. Before you meet them, see them in your mind and say, may you be well, may you be at peace, and may you be happy. I swear to God, I don't care how much crack you take, you're never gonna... So before you meet them, to get detached from the outcome, literally just cultivate compassion. And one of the ways that you could do it, honestly, this is what I do. I like to listen to Hum of the Sea, the Titanic song. And before I even meet anyone, I'll just imagine every object that I see, I say to the object, may you be well, may you be at peace, may you be happy. If I'm on the taxi cab, I'll look at the taxi cab without being creepy, and I'll wish the taxi cab well. Even objects that are inanimate, like your keys, anything, you literally wish it compassion and you feel it inside. Any attachment you have in that moment dissolves. Look, if anyone does crack, next time you feel a desire for crack, do this shit. And you'll notice it goes away temporarily because selfishness, attachment happens when you're in your most selfish state. Detachment happens when you are in your most unselfish state. The most unselfish way to do that is to practice this type of meditation, metta, man. It truly is powerful. So remember, man, compassion allows you to see the end of everything. Seeing the end of everything gets you an approximation to reality, which is everything will end. Attachments dissolve in the face of death itself, right? And the way that you strengthen that is through practicing self-love through metta meditation. I swear to God, if anybody tries this, let me know what you guys think. I know for sure this is the only thing you truly need.